Barack Obama has contempt for Joe Biden because for demographic reasons. He had contempt for him in the White House. Ask anyone around Biden. He was badly treated by the Obama people. No one ever talked about it, but that's real.
Did you catch that there? Tucker Carlson in, this little rant about how bad he feels for Joe Biden and how mean Obama was to him. Tucker Carlson did literally the only thing Tucker Carlson is there to do. He just, again, did a little bit of the effort, pushed white nationalism a little bit more into being totally normalized. Because he said there, Barack Obama has contempt for Joe Biden for demographic reasons. What demographic reasons do you think he's talking about there? He doesn't like how old Joe Biden is. He's not a fan of guys with white hair, people from that part of the country. No, he's just casually throwing into a comment and not having to back up or defend in any way. Barack Obama is such a racist against white people that he hates the man he chose to be his vice president. And I have to do this video, even though I have no interest in spending time on the damage report defending Joe Biden. But when this insane of an attack is launched against him, and really he's just the tool that's being used to attack Barack Obama and his legacy, that I feel obligated to. Look, Barack Obama might not feel the closest connection to Joe Biden. I would argue it doesn't matter and I don't care, but I don't think he's a racist against Joe Biden and secretly has just been dwelling in hatred for Joe Biden ever since he chose him to be his vice president. But that's Tucker Carlson. That's what the show is. They don't always talk explicitly about race, but the entire purpose of the show is to normalize white supremacy and white nationalism. And so I want you to bear that in mind in the future. When you see Tucker Carlson like segments, when it seems like he's trying to appeal in a very shallow way to your sense of perhaps progressive populism, or when he's bringing on guests that you might be predisposed to like, understand what he's doing. He is attempting to normalize white supremacy and he's using a variety of different tactics, a variety of different tools, and a variety of different guests to do that. It doesn't matter who they are, it doesn't matter what segment of the political spectrum they perhaps occupy. They're there because he believes they will serve the purpose of helping him to make that point. Now, Tucker Carlson aside, let's talk a little bit about Joe Biden. The reason that this came up is that, like earlier in the race, Joe Biden is talking explicitly once again about why he has not already been endorsed by Barack Obama, the guy that he obviously had a very long-standing, close working relationship with. The former vice president appeared on 60 Minutes this weekend, where he was asked by anchor Norah O'Donnell if Obama, who he served with for 8 years in the White House, offered to throw his full support behind the campaign. Joe responded by saying, "No, we didn't even get there. I asked him not to. He said, okay, I think it's better. I think he thinks it's better for me." Now look, I think reasonable people can take a look at that and come to a similar conclusion absent the racism from Tucker Carlson and say, I don't think that conversation happened the way that you're describing it. I just don't, and I don't think that I'm being unfair to Joe Biden, but I don't think that you asked the president not to endorse you. I mean, that's crazy. Like, you might have had a conversation about it and something might have been said, but you didn't say going into a packed Democratic primary, I don't want you to weigh in. I think it would hurt your reputation. I'm just worried about you, Obama. Don't think about me, think about yourself. I don't think that actually happened. It would obviously be a big help. Whether we agree on any particular issue with Barack Obama or not, Barack Obama is still very popular amongst Democratic primary voters. It would not hurt at all to have him on his side. Now, but Biden went on to say, but if he ends up as the 2020 Democratic nominee, he said he had no doubt that Obama would be out there on the campaign trail for him. I have no doubt either. He's gonna campaign for whoever ends up being the candidate, whether he likes them or not. That's just a given. He doesn't want Donald Trump to remain in office, especially as Donald Trump is doing everything he can to pick apart every accomplishment that Barack Obama had during his presidency. He's gonna support whoever is running against him at that point. So that's not really a thing to like say in your defense. And by the way, like the fact that Obama is not explicitly endorsing Joe Biden, that might seem weird since he was his vice president for 8 years. But if you look back over the past 3 or 4 decades, it doesn't really stand out as bizarre. I mean, Al Gore didn't endorse Hillary Clinton. Now, he wasn't the president, but he was the standard bearer for the Democratic Party in that election. He didn't endorse him. Bush didn't do much campaigning for John McCain, which is perhaps understandable because Bush's approval rating was really, really low at that point, worse than Donald Trump's at this point. Bill Clinton endorsed Al Gore, but they didn't campaign much together. There was much made of the fact that Al Gore said that he was trying to differentiate himself from Bill Clinton. He was trying to set himself apart. And so the issue isn't that he didn't endorse him. That's historically appropriate, or at least to be expected. It's that Joe Biden wants the cred for being endorsed without the actual endorsement. That's why he keeps bringing him up. That's why more than any other individual plan that Joe Biden has put forward, he has put forward the fact that Obama liked him and worked with him. That's like the key selling point that he is giving out, and that honestly a lot of his supporters seem to think is a reason to support him. That is much more of a problem. And I would say, look, don't go out of your way and make up stories that don't really seem true when it comes to the relationship that you had with him, the conversations that you had with him. Just stand on your own, come up with some actual policies. Lots of other people in the primary are doing it, and it seems to be working pretty well for them, Joe Biden. Thank you for watching this clip from the Damage Report. For more content from the show and access to TYT Network members-only exclusives, go to tyt.com/Brooke. Wait, no, it's tyt.com/John. Go to tyt.com/John to sign up.